Hello again everybody, happy Friday, and it's that time. It's the final opening of the year. Where has the time gone? Almost the end of December 2023 beckons. And I've kind of got myself a nice little spectacular, I suppose, interesting finish to the year. It's a shirt that is, well, ultimately it's my most expensive purchase. I just recently said that when I bought my Borussia Dortmund shirt, but actually just the day before I released that video, I'd already made this purchase. So technically it was a little bit of a lie at that point. Now, I've had this in my office for about a month and a bit now, and I was hoping that I was going to save it for this video and it would be something really cool to finish off with. However, I've kind of also been putting it off a little bit because, I don't know, the fallout from me making the purchase and then what happened then, it's not been ideal, let's just say that. So at the very least, this video is going to be showing you one of the pitfalls, I suppose, when it comes to buying football shirts, explicitly the ones that are rather expensive, because it's a bit more noticeable when more higher amounts of money is involved. That being said, it's still a great shirt, so regardless of whatever has happened, I'm still pleased to own this one. It's travelled quite a distance because it's come directly from the club store, but let's get it open up with, and I'm just excited for the shirt, and then I'll explain to you what I'm even talking about with the other stuff. So, here we go. Try not to rustle as much as I can. Right then. I have a feeling, so there's the shirt. I don't think there's going to be anything else in here that's of any use. No. Right then. So, there is a bit of the shirt right there. Now, it's a shirt that's recently been released, and depending on how involved you are with community and the culture of football shirts, you may have already seen this one sort of floating around. It doesn't really give all that much away. Maybe you'll see through, possibly there, but let's get it opened, and then I suspect once you see the club crest and the sponsor, I suppose, you'll have an idea of who it is. So, we've got a hell of a lot of packaging in here, so let's just see if I can quickly get it all off in one. Oh, there we go. Now, admittedly, this does feel very nice. Anyway, there is the rear of the shirt. Very, very cool. So you've got this sort of cream, browny, goldy colour, which sort of is in a diamond fashion running down the rear there. And it has these sort of interesting, sort of subtle horizontal stitchings that run across. On the rear it says Combat, which of course means only one thing, and that it is a Kappa effort there. And you've got that continuation of that colour scheme from the back to the front, but instead you've also got an additional bit of design at the bottom there with some more further brown diamonds, gold ones, and then you've got this sort of light blue going on there, sort of a teal effect almost. And of course you've got the crest, the sponsors, and you have some interesting text underneath that Kappa logo there. So yes, this is, of course, is AS Monaco. I don't think I need to be sort of surprising anybody with that one. Of course, it's blatantly saying it there, and it's quite a obvious team. But first things first, this feels really nice. Really, really nice. So looking at their offerings, it's a skin fit. So that means I don't wear them, but if I did, even me, who's really not very big, this is probably going to be a typical Kappa, and it's going to be quite tight. Might be a struggle to get it on this guy. Of course, I have bought it in a medium, but I suppose if you are going to be feeling fancy and wanting to wear one of these around, maybe go for a large, unless you're going for some weird fitting style. So I'll dress the mannequin, and then I'll come back to you and just give you a little bit of explanation about why this shirt was so expensive and anything else that I can think of. Rightio then, there is the shirt. You know what, it doesn't feel like it fits too badly on the mannequin. Of course, it's quite elasticated, just typical Kappa in that styling. I mean, you can see the definition of the pectorals there, so it definitely is a little bit stretchy, but I suppose you could really get away with it if you decided to wear it and you bought the typical size that you have. So yes, it is AS Monaco, and it's their sort of fourth shirt. It's the Drôle de Monsieur shirt. It's a limited edition. And Drôle de Monsieur are a sort of streetwear band. It's a you know, it's one of those clothing lines similar to sort of other crossover we've seen. I think Aries and Off-White have also partnered up with football clubs. And it's that sort of current clash and collaboration between football and fashion. And also they're just trying to meet together and ultimately make money and sell these shirts. And people like me have followed hook, line and sinker. So I did mention the word limited edition, and that's where it caught my eye. Now obviously I've not had a Monaco shirt until this point, and Monaco are a rather big team, and I've been waiting mainly because, well, they are a big team, so I can just wait. It's not like I'm going to worry about missing out on buying one. They're always going to be there to buy, and this one popped up, and I think this looks really nice. I love the design. I just love the simplicity of the diamonds and this color scheme. It's really nice, and I don't know, I'm kind of into these sort of brown color schemes right now. Maybe in a few years it might look a little bit tacky, but I think it's quite nice. And obviously I saw the price. So it was retailing for 150 euros, which translates to about 131 pounds, which means it is the most expensive shirt I've ever purchased. Now I was thinking, okay, limited edition, looks really nice, it's expensive, yes. Do I really want to make the purchase? Now, it was also released with a lot of other sort of accessories. There's a tracksuit, which I'll admit looked really nice. That had already sold out in pretty much every size, and I think it just immediately sold out not long after. And I thought, okay, well, if that's selling out, this is more than likely going to be selling out also, so I best make the purchase. And that's where they kind of get you, don't they? They didn't explicitly say how limited it was. Now, Monaco are a popular team, so let's take, for instance, their home shirt. There's probably going to be a high amount of those being manufactured, because obviously Monaco itself is just such a small place, but they've got quite a spread around France and I suppose the rest of Europe and maybe the world. So let's just throw out, let's say they make 100,000 home shirts, who knows what the real figure is. Even if they release 60,000 of these, that's still a limited offering. That's still a lot of shirts. Now, when I've bought other limited shirts, they might say 1,000, 3,000. At least you know what you're working with. This one, I don't think the figure's ever been released. And I say that because when you go on the Monaco website right now, they're still all available, I think, apart from the upper end size. Now, the high price could deter people, and it probably has deterred people, but there's still, especially if you're in Monaco, plenty of people who have the money to be able to buy shirts like that. So I have a feeling if it was a low denomination, a low number, then they would have sold out. And then to throw just more fire into it, so this one arrived maybe about a week, 2 weeks after I made purchase, of course, the shipping, and then maybe a week later I was scrolling through classic football shirts and I saw this. Yes, so it's this shirt retailing for £129.99, so £2 less than what I roughly paid. Bearing in mind that if I was to buy it from Classic Football Shirts, I would get free shipping because it's greater than £50, so I paid €10 shipping, so that's already some savings there. And then within a few days, Black Friday hits. 20% off. So that's £100. So I could have got this shirt for £100 when in reality I probably paid 140 odd pounds. That's £40, £30. That's a football shirt that I've unfortunately just missed out on there. And I guess that's partly the sort of the pitfall of doing this sort of buying football shirts quite quickly and immediately. It doesn't happen too often. In fact, it has only happened once before when I bought the Zamora third shirt, which has the circulatory system on it. I bought that quickly directly from the club because, of course, it's a great design. It's one of those ones that everyone was sort of going, this is terrible, but also quite cool. I bought it from a club. I thought, great, no one's going to have this. And then Classic Football Shirts, once again, I think it was a little bit longer, maybe 3 months later, had them for sale, and it was cheaper than what I purchased. It wasn't that much cheaper, and it wasn't as much when compared to what this one is, but it's still a little bit of a kick in the teeth, specifically because you kind of sat there thinking, I'm the only person that has this, and then suddenly everybody has it, and they also paid less money than you, so, you know. And it's not like I get to wear them and show them off for a little bit, I just put them away, so most people don't even know that I even had them, so I don't even get that sort of bit of glory. So yeah, this one dropped, and do you know what? I don't know how many are sold. Again, they have all of their sizes available. I suspect probably the price again is a deterrence. It is not cheap, But yeah, it would have been nice to have obviously saved a little bit of money. But on the flip side, if I did wait and it was limited quite heavily and it sold out and never appeared again, would I feel like I missed out? It's one of those things you've got to try and balance it out. So always, of course, the first thing is, can you afford to make the purchase? And then secondly, do I want to wait? Do I need it right now? Sometimes you might not even decide to buy it if you decide to wait. You know how these things are with these high-end purchases. But to be honest, the shirt's really cool. On the inside of the collar, it says something like Rise, Risk, Repeat, which is like a new brand that Monaco have released recently. Obviously, just something that they're just trying to sell with some other merch to make it seem like they've got some sort of background that they can refer to. As for the rest of the shirt, it's not really anything else going on. It's meant to be inspired by the French Riviera. I don't know. I'm not French, but I don't also think diamonds necessarily represent that. Maybe they do. It's just sometimes one of those bit of marketing they throw out there. But other than that, the material, like I mentioned previously, it is really, really nice. Like, it just feels really nice. It's obviously their player version, the pro version. And they actually did wear this in a game against Lille. So it's not just one of these sort of standalone shirts that they release and it never sees the light of day. This one actually has been worn, so that adds a little bit of something to it. And these are all sort of rubberized onto it. That's transferred on. That's transferred on. It's a rather simple collar. I would maybe have liked a little bit of design. I don't know if I would have wanted the blue on it. Maybe it would have been too much. But you know what? I'm not upset that I have this. Maybe it's me trying to justify the high price. I don't know, but I wouldn't have made the purchase unless I was actually interested in the shirt as well. But that's kind of it with regards to the shirt. Let me know, what do you think? Firstly, what do you think of the shirt? And then secondly, what do you think about me making this purchase? But ignoring all that, that is the end of the video. And yes, Christmas is, what, 2 or 3 days away. And regardless if you're spending it, following it literally, metaphorically, whatever it is you are doing, whether it's just enjoying time away from work, you spend time with family and friends, you have some nice food, I hope you all do it, and I hope you all have fun. It's just one of those times of year where you can just sort of sit back a little bit and relax. And I hope that you guys can all do that in whatever capacity it is that you plan on doing so. And of course, hopefully, fingers crossed, some of us are able to get some football shirts for Christmas. I know I have a few heading my way, and of course I'll show you those as we enter the new year. Money is obviously a little bit tighter for a lot of people these days, and I appreciate me saying that when I've just shown you my expensive shirt is kind of ironic. But, you know, there are much more important things. So if you aren't able to get a football shirt, that's okay. You know, to be able to eat and to heat, and those things right now do take priority. So, you know, just I'm sure whatever the situation is, you are doing the best you can, and that's all we can ask for, I suppose. So I'll see you in my next video. It's going to be next Friday. I'm going to have a day off on Tuesday, and then it's going to be my top 10 shirts that I've added to my collection for the year of 2022. I really like those videos, partly because it reminds me of what I actually have got. Because if you ask me something, what did you get back in February? I have no idea, so that's quite nice. And for those of you who have joined the journey sort of recently, you probably haven't seen those shirts in the flesh properly, so that's a nice little thing there. And then we'll head into 2023 and we'll see where it takes us. Probably the same sort of stuff, really. Who knows when the weather gets better. Hopefully I want to get out again and do some more stuff. It's just one of those things, isn't it? A lot of train strikes, and it's just, yeah, we'll see. Thank you for watching my videos. Happy Christmas. Goodbye.